Everyman's Theater, written and directed by Oboler. Oxidol invites you. Everyman's Theater. You'll hear it every Friday at this time and over this station. Yes, each Friday night at this time you'll hear a play, sometimes romance, sometimes tragedy, sometimes comedy, especially written for radio by Oboler. We think you'll look forward to it each week. Plan to listen to every program of Everyman's Theater because we believe these Oboler plays will interest you as few radio programs have ever done before. Tonight is the first program. Everyman's Theater presents one of the world's greatest love stories. A true love story with one of the world's greatest actresses, Nazimova. A great love story deserves great music. So tonight we have a symphony orchestra under the direction of Gordon Jenkins. But first, a word from our writer-director, Obler.
Aren't you tired of all this cruelty and bitterness between men? I know I am. So, come, let's have a play of love, a strange love.
In a darkened room sits a woman, an old woman. She sits very quietly, white hands motionless. This is a room in a fashionable house in a city of the Imperial Russia of 1893. The Russia of great poverty and great riches, of great ignorance and great art. The old woman sits, listening to the thoughts in her mind.
Piotr, why are you in my mind? Why do I think of you now? Why is your son with me here in the darkness? Why today, Piotr? I had put you away from me. Why have you come back today, Piotr?
Madame, it is of the utmost importance that you listen to me.
Who is it said that to me?
Madame, it is of the utmost importance that you listen to me.
Ah, yes. 16 years ago. It was you, Nikolai Rubinstein. Oh, you have been dead so long. And yet I remember what you said that day. How strange. I should remember.
Nadyezhda Fedotovna, my mission here is of the utmost importance.
Really, Nikolai, I find very little of importance in this world.
There was a young man in my music school of great poverty and pride and shyness.
Of what interest is that to an old widow with a house full of children?
If you will let me speak, Nadyezhda Fedotovna.
Well?
There is one more quality this young man possesses which may interest you. His ability. Listen closely.
Nikolai, I have neither a time nor the inclination for music now. What music was this? What music was this you began to play, Nikolai Rubinstein? So many years, and yet I hear it. Music, and yet not music. A voice, a man's voice, singing to me. Saying, "You're tired, Nadyezhda? I tell you there will be no weariness. You're old, Nadyezhda? I tell you, you will be young. You will have life again, a glorious singing life. Oh, I tell you this, Nadyezhda. I tell you this. When you had finished, Nikolai, I remember I said, Nikolai, tell me, who is that?
Only a teacher in my school.
Who?
No one you've heard of. Tchaikovsky. Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky.
So I heard your name for the first time, Pyotr.
You have helped so many musicians, Nadyezhda Fedotovna. Will you help this one?
Would I help you, Piotr? No. Would you help me?
The wealthy widow Van Meck.
Private railroads.
Townhouse. Country
Yes,
house.
I had all
On
those.
Riviera.
Milochka, George, Julia.
Yes, I had my children, I had them, but
Nothing.
yes, nothing for me. How could I explain to Nikolai, to anyone, to run a house, to count my money? Oh, was this enough a life for me? I wanted...
A letter for you, madame.
Your first letter, Piotr.
I am sincerely grateful for the kind and flattering words that you were good enough to write me. It is a comfort to know there is a small minority of people, like yourself, who truly and warmly love our art.
In a moment, my pen was in my hand. I would write you, yes. I was a woman past middle age. I had born children, yes, but my husband was dead, and my children were growing in their own lives, and I had nothing, and I must have something. You, Piotr, you, the music in you. Oh, if I could give it life and reality, my life would have meaning and reality. Yes, I would write you that, Piotr. I would tell you. No. I threw the pen from me. Oh, what madness had come over me. I didn't need man nor God. I would pay you for your music and have done with you, yes. And then, at the concert, that very night, oh, your music. Suddenly the night was cold, and I wanted to be away from their smug little faces, the whole crowd of them. Oh, the night was singing with your song, Piotr. And I walked in the dark along the boulevard back to my home. And the soft flakes of snow wet in my face. And with every step, there was a singing in my heart that said,
Help me. I need your help, Nadezhda. They torture me with their indifference. I have written so much, and it's meant so little. I am weary unto death. Help me.
I told myself, yes, I would always help you, Piotr. Oh, do you remember your next letter?
Dear Nadezhda Fedoryevna, thank you for your sweet, kind, and friendly letter, and your wonderful and kind generosity. I have finished the outline of my new symphony, the fourth.
A symphony?
I want very much to dedicate it to you.
A symphony? Dedicated to me? Oh, how days ran then, Piotr. I, an elderly woman, a symphony dedicated to me.
Oh, Mother, it's so good to hear you laugh. You're very pretty when you laugh, Mother. Oh, we're so happy that you're happy, Mother dearest. So happy.
And then, 3 months, Piotr. 3 months and not a word from you. Oh, what has happened to you, my friend? What?
He is ill, sick, dying, accident, cholera, fever.
Oh, no, that couldn't be true. But with every day, the voices in my head grew louder and louder. Oh, stop saying that. Look, Piotr, he couldn't. The postman. A letter. Oh, your handwriting, Piotr.
Dear Nadezhda Fedoryevna, you must forgive me for not writing before. I am now...
What was that word?
married.
No, I must have read it wrong, I told myself. I held the letter close to my eyes.
Married.
No.
Married. Married!
Oh, no. No. And when I stopped crying, I dipped my pen in my tears, and I wrote you. With all my heart, I congratulate you, my dear friend. Who should be happy, if not you, the giver of such great joy to others? From my heart, I press your hand. Do not forget one devoted with all her soul. The days after that, like the days after someone who was close to you has gone away forever. The sun climbs the sky, and there are things to be done, and you do them. Then it's night. Everything is just the same. And yet, nothing is the same. Who was she, this woman who had taken your heart? Was she very young?
I love you, my husband.
Oh, would she understand you? Would she respect your shyness? Suffer your angers when fires of music blazed in you? Humor your child ways? Respect your greatness? I ask myself 1,000 times, would she do all these things for you, Piotr, that anyone who truly loved you would do? How could there be an answer? No. This was my destiny, old woman. To watch the days and the years spin around nothing, into nothing, always nothing. To need no one, and to have no one who needed me. How strange the night I remember now, Piotr.
Good night, Mother. Sleep well, Mother. Good night.
I lay down on my bed, shut my eyes, sleep. Yes, sleep and forget. I closed my eyes. That sound. What? The river. Yes, the river. Rushing cool through the dark. Dream? Well, why should I dream this dream? My name? Had someone called my name? Yes, again. Who was it? And then someone coming out of the water. Who? So dark. In my dream, I wanted to see. I had to see. A man in the water. The arms lifted toward me. I saw Piotr. You.
Not yet.
Matilda. Servants in my room.
What is it? Mother, you're awake and smiling.
Yes, Piotr. Somehow I knew then you still needed me. Rumors. I began to hear rumors. And from what they said, I began to see the whole horrible picture of her.
Why are you doing that, Piotr? Where are you going, Piotr? What are you writing, Piotr? Will you make much money,
So
Piotr?
this was the woman my friend had taken. This was Antonina, grinding his heart away with her miserable wife. This and do this and don't do that. Oh, I'll put an end to this leech in your veins. I would. And I did.
He has gone off to Italy, of all places, this unpredictable Piotr Ilyich. To Italy, without that new wife of his, and to write a new symphony, no less. I wonder where he got the money.
Clever Nikolai Rubinstein. I think he knew Piotr. But it didn't matter. You were free. You were free to work, and as you worked, you lived. And as you lived, Piotr, I lived. At last the day.
The 22nd of February.
Oh, never to be forgotten day. The conservatory. So many lights. Oh, so many people. The conductor. Bow to the right and to the left. Why didn't he start the little puppet? Quiet. Oh, I couldn't breathe. The baton up. My own. Out of the mind and out of the heart of you for me. I sat there. I was with you, Piotr. For the first time, even in thought. Alone with you. The wings of your music lifting me to another world where I was as young as you. Over? Oh, no, not over. Someone thrust a program into my hand.
Don't you want a souvenir of the evening?
I looked at the paper. I could hardly see. 4th Symphony of Piotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky, dedicated
to my beloved friend.
Oh, Piotr, if the rest of my life could have been as at that moment. And yet, only your letters talking to me. Oh, Piotr, walking in the night, I was lonely. I wanted your footsteps echoing mine. I wanted your voice answering mine. I wanted to see you. Piotr, why not? Why not? The thoughts in you were as my thoughts. The dreams in you were as my dreams. The music in you was mine. Oh, you'd written that to me 100 times. Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I see you? The want in me was so great. Did the heavens take pity?
Mother?
Yes, Milechka?
Mother, look. The other carriage. It stopped.
Driver, stop. Stop at once. I looked up. My heart began to beat so strangely. I could feel the pulse of it in my throat and the sound of it in my ears. You, Piotr. You. Oh, my heart beats louder and louder. I wanted to say to you, Piotr, do you hear it? Do you? And then, in your eyes, in a quick moment, I saw what you were thinking.
Nadyezhda Filarietovna, I beg you, do not speak. Your wealth has given me solitude, and in this solitude is my music. Speak, and you destroy the silence which brings me my music. Speak, and you destroy the wordless perfection of our friendship.
And so I did not speak, Piotr. What answer can there be when a young man says to an old woman, "This is our friendship. Dare to change it and you destroy it"? No, I did not speak, Piotr. Through all the years, I did not speak. But your music, always the wonder of your music. How they began to applaud you.
I always said the man was a genius.
Medal from the Tsar himself.
Yes. You let them pat you on the back with the quick flattery of their useless hands. It didn't matter. It didn't matter as long as you wrote your music, Piotr. For me. Oh, there was no weariness now. I had life again. And you gave it to me, Piotr. You. Oh, and it would last forever. Your need of me was as great as my need of you. So all of it would last as long as we lived. And I was young again. And life was good, Piotr. Everlastingly good. Oh, everlastingly. No. That was my son.
He is dying, madame.
My son dying?
He has been working beyond his strength. The illness caught him quite weakened. He is dying, madame.
Working beyond his strength. For what? For me. For the money I... Oh, Piotr. I went into his room. What's this? Vladimir? My firstborn? My darling?
Mother.
Vladimir.
Mother, help me. Help me. Help me.
Help me. Whose words? Yes, you. You, Piotr. Yes. For 13 years. Forgotten children and home. Only you. My every waking thought, you. And the help of you. And now those same words from my son.
Help me.
Yes. For 13 years I have sinned against him. But now I would help him. At his bedside I said it. Not a prayer. Who was I to pray? You, up there. Whoever and whatever you are, listen to me. Let him live, my son. Let him live even a little longer. And I will give up all else but my children. Let him live, my son. And so the compact was made, Piotr, between God and me. And all these years I've kept it. My son lived a little longer. And I died when I wrote you that letter. That letter full of the bitterness of lies, telling you it was ended between us. All lies, Piotr. For now I can tell you the truth. I love you, Piotr. There, I said it at last. I love you, Piotr. I love you. As a woman loves a man. A young woman. Young. Church bells. Why do they ring so late at night? I'm so old. My thoughts. Why should bells? Oh, yes, I remember. Piotr, they told me yesterday. They carried you through the streets. Thousands of them mourning. Carried you and put you to rest. Piotr. Why are you in my mind? Why have I thought of you now? Why was your song with me here in the darkness? Why today, Pyotr? To talk to me as I have talked to you?
Dear friend, be assured I shall remember you and bless you until my last breath.
Ah, your last letter to me.
You yourself do not realize the extent of what you have done for me. Never for one moment have I forgotten you, nor will I forget you. Because every thought I have concerning myself concerns you also. I kiss your hand with all the warmth my heart contains.
I kiss your hand with all the warmth my heart contains. Oh, Pyotr. Pyotr, I'm so weary. I want to rest. Sing me to sleep. Now. Beloved. Friend.
This is Arch Oboler. Tonight we've had the honor of bringing you Nazimova in This Lonely Heart. Featured with Madame Nazimova is Elliot Lewis. I hope you've enjoyed our program tonight, and I hope you'll be a regular listener to Everyman's Theater. Now, that name has been carefully chosen, for we think Everyman's Theater will bring you week by week the kind of radio plays that will appeal to every man and every woman. Now, for instance, next week you'll hear Raymond Massey in a new play. About it tomorrow we hope will never happen. Then the week after that, Betty Winkler, Raymond Edward Johnson, and Catwife. And for that one, you'd better have all the lights turned on. The third week, an entirely different sort of play. Mr. and Mrs. Chump, with Walter Houston and his talented wife, Nan Sunderland. And so you see, there'll be something different every week in Everyman's Theater. Until next Friday, then.
And now, please, a word about the sponsor of this program. Everyman's Theater is Procter & Gamble's newest radio program. It's sponsored by Oxydol, Procter & Gamble's famous granulated laundry soap. In the last few years, thousands and hundreds of thousands of women have switched to Oxydol. Oxydol, Oxydol. Have discarded old favorite soaps of every kind and use nothing but Oxydol in their laundry tub or machine today. Now, there's a reason for this. In the white washes Oxydol gets, its speed in tub or machine, and its safety to washable fabrics and colors. Ask for Oxydol when you get laundry soap tomorrow. And listen to Everyman's Theater next Friday at this same time. Raymond Massey in an exciting play of these days we live in, This Precious Freedom. Thank you, and good night. Everyman's Theater, written and directed by Arch Oboler.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
From New York, where the American stage begins, NBC presents Best Plays, transcribed with John Chapman. Best Plays, a series of hour-length dramas based on the famous theatrical books begun by the late Burns Mantle, now edited by the distinguished drama critic of the New York Daily News, John Chapman.
Mr. Chapman. Good evening. This best play we are about to do for you isn't exactly a war play, but it's a comedy with a war background. The year it was produced, 1945, brought us another good comedy with a war background. This was John Hersey's A Bell for Adano. Our play, The Hasty Heart, did very well, alongside such other new successes besides Adano as Harvey and The Glass Menagerie. I'm glad we're doing The Hasty Heart now for you, for its author, John Patrick, had his early training as a writer of plays for the radio before he hit Broadway. He sort of proves that some very good theater has come out of radio to balance the good theater that has gone into it. He has, as you will discover in a few moments, an unusual feeling for human comedy. The Hasty Heart is about a soldier who is in a hospital somewhere back of the China, Burma, India front, and a nurse who is a gallant little girl, and an interesting assortment of fellow patients. For this performance, we have John Sylvester as the soldier. Ann Burr, who was in the original Broadway production, again is playing the nurse. An Army field hospital sets up shop wherever it may. A barn, a monastery, an opera house. But in 1943, on the Burma front, the British field units were lucky when they found a native bamboo hut with mud and grass mats plastered on the walls. The view out of the windows is of a giant banyan tree and clumps of wild bamboo. But the beds are lined up as if on dress parade at Windsor Castle. Even in the convalescent ward, the Army is the Army, and especially at the crack of dawn.
Wake up! Wake up! Wakey, wakey, wakey! Wake up! Rise and shine! Here, Yank, wake up.
Why don't you
Come on.
drop dead?
Come on, up and wash. It's a lovely day.
Hear that?
Come on, the hospital's burning down. There's an air raid. There's an earthquake. Oh, for the love of God, get up. I'm an half an hour late. You, Digger, come on, up with you.
Oh, to be woke with a kiss and a kind word. Oh, I never can see in the morning. I'm always going into the bathroom, throwing my cigarette in a hamper and flushing my socks down the drain. I lose more socks.
Oh, listen to that. Now, look, I'll give the lot of you 5 minutes to get out. You, Tommy.
Hey, Tommy, wake up, my chubby love.
I was awake all the time.
Come on, get out of there. I'll put a cobra in with you. Oh, Yank, wake the Basuto.
Wake him yourself. He don't understand English. Wake him up sudden. He thinks he's back in the Congo.
Oh, go on. I go off duty in 10 minutes. Sister'll be in a minute.
Sister. What a thing to call a nurse.
Any complaints, Yank, take 'em to the colonel. Come on, get Basuto up.
Okay, all right. Hey, Basuto. Bud, easy. Just get up now. Up, do you understand? Up.
It feels good, he does. I wish I could say the same. This here shrapnel ache's fierce.
And roll over on your face. Look at you. I've seen him fat, but not like that.
Oh, it's only muscles. You see, I just relaxed him a bit.
Here's your lovely tea. Yank, pass the mugs around.
I hope we don't get soy-link sausage. They can do everything with a soybean, but make it taste like food.
Here, Tommy. Kiwi.
Thank you.
Basuto.
He sounds like my commanding officer.
Mind your manners, Tommy. Them Basutos are wizard fighters. I was with them in the desert. This tea tastes like a baby's been boiled in it.
Don't complain to me. Complain to sister.
Hey, Mac, who are we getting for the empty bed?
There's an idea. I'll bet anyone pounds to piastres we get an Irishman in here next.
I'll take you 3 to 5. It's a Yorkshireman. Well, suits me so long as we don't get a Scotchman. Don't you get along with Scots? I don't know anybody who does.
Sister's a Scot.
No, she just taught school up there. 1 year of Scotch kids, and she had a nervous breakdown. I know all about them, you know. I'm Scotch descent myself. I take my grandfather Angus. According to him, there was only 2 infallible beings. Angus MacDonald and God. And sometimes God was wrong. You know what I had to recite for swearing? The books of the Bible. I can still do it. Listen. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua. Hey, who's got some extra toothpaste?
He must have been a fearful man.
Yeah. When he got mad, he'd take his bagpipe out and play it. Brother, do I hate a bagpipe. No wonder the Scotch always march when they play him. They want to get away from the sound.
Here now, hop enough. Get some sister. Okay.
Good morning. Isn't it a lovely morning? Now, I'm in a fearful hurry.
We love you, sister.
Sister, you make the morning lovely. You're my favorite sister.
Well, I wish I could say the same about you. As patients, you're the most untidy, disrespectful lot it's ever been my misfortune to meet. I'll be delighted to see the last of it.
You need a leave, sister. The matron's been working you too hard.
Matron has nothing to do with it. It's a good thing I taught in a kindergarten or I couldn't cope with you. Now, I want you to get the ward straightened up.
Sure thing, Lieutenant.
Sister.
What is it?
I'm not comfortable.
This is a British military hospital. You're not supposed to be comfortable. Kiwi, now keep your feet under the covers. Somebody get the pseudo a new pair of pajamas.
He splits them, sister. He's too big.
Sister, he's coming.
Already?
Across the compound.
Who is it?
The colonel, but he can't inspect this early. Quick, put everything in order. Everybody, hide his kit. Put those sheets in with Tommy.
I'm floating. He'll never know.
Here he is. Hey, come.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sister. Carry on.
Kiwi, pull on your feet.
You keep a very orderly ward, sister.
Thank you, sir.
I understand the men in your ward are very congenial.
They're the most tidy, respectful, pleasant group of men it's ever been my fortune to get, sir.
The matron tells me you have an extra bed. I'm transferring a patient of mine this morning.
Yes, sir. Surgical?
Yes. It's a case that calls for the cooperation of the whole ward. I came here this morning to enlist your help.
What kind of help, sir?
You're the American, aren't you?
Yes, sir. American Ambulance Service.
I seem to remember you.
Yes, sir. I crowded your staff car off the road one day.
Well, I'll give you a chance to make amends.
Thank you, sir.
I'm putting a patient of mine in here. I operated on this man. Took a little shrapnel out of him. Had to remove his kidney. He's about recovered. I think you can help him now. He wants to go back to his regiment, but it's out of the question. He has one kidney left, and we've discovered that it's defective.
What will happen, sir?
The kidney will collapse. He begins to poison himself. Uremic poison. And that's the end.
Does the patient know this, sir?
I decided against telling him. He has no family, no ties. Worry won't help him. I'm placing him in here because, well, it seems to me that a man should have friends around him when he dies.
How long's he got, sir?
The most, 6 weeks.
Nothing can help him, sir.
Nothing.
And he thinks he's well?
He will be until the end. Do what you can to keep him happy and contented.
These are good men, Colonel. You can rely on them.
Thank you. We'll omit inspection today. Good day.
Hey, come.
How do we treat this bloke, sister?
Like a human being.
Yank, would you want to know it if you were going to die?
I am going to die someday. No, I'd rather be surprised.
Come on now, all of you. We mustn't speak about it.
Look at Basuto. Well, he's sad. Do you think he knows?
No, he don't speak English. He's homesick. That's really all that's wrong with him. You're homesick. Hey, old sport.
Yank, get the pseudo some more beads to string, will you? He likes that. Now, Tommy, roll over. I'll rub your back.
6 weeks he's got. Do you ever get used to it, sister? Seeing them pop off like flies?
Don't talk like a child.
But what are the wounded if they're not children? Would you be rubbing it grown man like this?
Don't be so saucy.
Do you get used to it, sister? Knowing a man's going to die? You didn't answer?
We'll have no more talk about it. All right, Tommy. You're done on that side.
Sergeant?
Can I give you a hand, Meg?
Sergeant Lachlan McLaughlin. Are you a Scot?
I'd hardly be getting the name of a Scot if I weren't a Scot myself.
Well, quite a few parents give their children Scottish names because they like them.
It fools no one parading under false pretenses.
Well, sing out if you need anything. I'll take your reports into the office. Make yourself at home.
Cigarette? Have a cigarette? Of my own. Go ahead, smoke mine. I do not accept presents. Why not? I've no wish to put myself in a man's debt. What, for one cigarette? I'll smoke my own.
Hey, Doc.
My name is nae Jock. If you must address me, you'll use my proper name.
All right. Doc,